We are recording, Mr. Mo.
I'm ready.
And might be the middle of November, but it hit 61 degrees and sun's out, guns out, baby. We're back.
Hey!
Yeah. We're very similar, you and I. I did notice that.
Is your tank like pink? Mine's kind of pink.
Yeah, it is. It's, I guess, salmon, but I always thought salmon was pink. So I hate when dudes say that. Oh, it's not pink, it's salmon. It's
Do
fucking
you,
pink, dude.
do you
What
ever hear
color is a
people?
salmon?
Do you ever hear people say Solomon? I'm like,
Oh, yes. Yes. It's like, are you talking about King Solomon? Are you trying to split something in half? Like, what the fuck? No. Yeah,
Um,
no.
or people come to my job and they're like, my glasses are Cartier. I'm like, oh,
Oh.
yikes.
Oh. Well, maybe they got it from the guy on the street in the city. You know what I mean? So maybe they are Cartier. Yeah.
But you know what though? It's funny because I have oh wait, I have it here. I was like, guys, I got this new cologne from this company called Mugler, and they were like, Chris, it's Mugler. I was like, oh sorry. So I guess I'm the problem too.
Yeah. To be
Mugler.
fair. Yeah, what the fuck? To be fair, I wouldn't have seen that and called it Mugler either. So I only have my pinky up when I finger my butthole. Wait, what? Anyways, we're gonna do this in 3, 2,
2,
1.
1.
What are you doing?
Testes in my mouth.
Get on the ground, you fucking pledge.
Ew.
Welcome to the greatest podcast experience of your life. This is the Frat Chat Podcast.
All young men like 3 things. Food, booze, pussy.
Featuring Carlos Garcia and Chris Moore.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the greatest podcast in the history of podcasting time. It's the Frat Chat Podcast. I'm Carlos Garcia with CMO Moore. How's it going, Mr. Moore?
Oh, it's okay. I'm a little tired though. I'm still recovering from Las Vegas. How are you?
Oh, yes. I am living the dream over here. Actually, no, I am also having a tired day, but I was on set yesterday, and then I hit the gym after because I was feeling overachieving, and today I feel like shit. So,
how's your shoulder?
It's been better. I've been able to get back to the meathead ways. So
okay,
it's good. But now I'm mixing, pumping the iron with a little bit of cardio in there, and it does go a long way. So hopefully I can keep that up.
I want to tell you that in Las Vegas, I was disappointed to see the level of white trash that is Vegas.
Yeah.
And I just assumed being a big city like New York or Chicago, LA, that'd be a bit more diverse and more progressive.
A lot of buffets in Vegas, dude. A lot of buffets.
Oh my gosh. And I was in the pool every day, and one of the days happened to be Halloween, and you would think that people would dress accordingly, but no,
Right.
everyone was dressed like it's the 4th of July. There was a lot of red, white, and blue, a lot of American flag hats and t-shirts, tattoos, American, like bald eagle tattoos, like across the entire back of some people. Oh my God. I thought it was like a NASCAR convention with the amount of like NASCAR t-shirts. I was really caught off guard.
Yeah, that is American shorts are not a costume, people. I don't know what the fuck. That is a Halloween crime. If I ever saw one, you might as well not even dress up at that point. Like, really? You wear fucking America shorts? Fuck are you? Hulk Hogan? Get out of here.
Horrible.
Get out of here.
Horrible.
Cool. Yeah, that's disappointing to hear. I thought in Vegas there would be lots of sexy costumes around the pool, but the white trash thing does not. Again, many buffet. There's a theory I have that the more buffets you have in a state, the more white trash you'll have. Like, look at Florida, full of buffets, all over it. And I love me a good buffet. It's nothing against the buffets, but it's knowing that some of the characters that come to buffets are not necessarily some of the best people.
Remember the salad bar, the Sizzler? Oh, yeah, that was heaven.
And that's a prime example. You would see what people are made of in the salad bar sizzlers. You know, like I would have my big ass salad, but it would be a little bit of each topping. So I'm not a big jerk taking everything that someone else might be waiting for right after me. You know what I mean? Like there's
My
the
plate would
jackasses.
just be ham.
That's right.
I'm the jackass.
Or you see like they'll put out the popcorn chicken in a buffet and someone will come in like, oh my God, and take the whole goddamn thing for themselves. Like, dude, I also wanted some fucking popcorn chicken. Come on.
Yeah.
So yeah, you see the worst, the best and the worst of America in a buffet. That's what I've learned over the years.
By the way, look how big this coffee is. This is Dunkin's. That's in my head. But I just got the brown sugar espresso.
Oh.
It's so sweet. It's too
brown
sweet. So I have
sugar espresso. Yeah, that sounds like a lot.
So I have to take a sip of this, and then I take a sip of this, my water, because I just
and note, I like my coffee very sweet, but like that sounds like a lot even for me. Because between the sugar and the espresso there, I feel like that's just like a lot of, you know. Like,
oh my God, I'm gonna shit my fucking brains out and get diabetes in the making. Yikes.
Diabetes. How can you run to the bathroom if you only have one foot? Find out with CMO.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's time to hear from you guys because it is time for emails from the listeners.
Oh wait, quick question. Do you think Santa Claus rides in his sleigh because he has diabetes and no feet? His diet consists of cookies. I mean, it makes sense.
Because he also like jumps off the sleigh.
I don't know.
Santa is like a Chris Farley fat guy. You know?
Okay.
If without the cocaine though. Like Chris Farley was a very athletic, big guy, and he could, you know, do the things. And I feel like that's how, because Santa's also like 3,000 years old. So at this point, like, who gives a shit what he eats? You know,
Santa might be a cokehead. You don't know. He might.
That's
might
true.
Be
that is
up
kind of
all night.
That would explain
That's his secret at
how. Yeah,
Christmas.
he's up all night and he can hit every house in the world all in one night. You might be onto something.
Well, not every house in the world.
That's true.
Sorry, Jewish kids across America.
Sorry, Noah. But I gotta hit him with it. There you go. Yeah, that winter snow does start to get a new meaning when you start to think about it. So, all right.
Anyway,
I'm with you then.
Sorry. So, emails from the listeners. Go ahead.
All right. So we got some good ones here today. Why don't you start us off this week though? You've been away. We missed you.
Okay. So, this one is from, I think it's pronounced Tommaso from
Tommaso.
I think he lives in DC now, but he's from Naples, which I think is
Italiano.
in Italy. Yeah.
Buongiorno.
So Tommaso, buongiorno,
Right.
prego.
Tommaso, prego. Yeah, that's right.
They have Mazzi Gile. No, Mazzi. How do you say? Grazie mille. That's it. Grazie mille. That means like thanks a lot, I think.
1,000
anyway,
thanks.
So he wrote, Dear Frat Chat, I just moved to the United States from Italy. Can you please explain to me the tipping culture? When do I tip? When do I not tip? How much should I tip? Signed, Tommaso from DC/Naples.
Okay, I feel like in reality, this came more like, Dear Fraccia, I just moved to the United States from Italy. Can you please explain to me the tipping culture? When do I tip? When do I not tip? And how much should I tip? Babri, babri, boobri, Tommaso from DC, Naples. I feel like that's kind of hard.
Mozzarella. So I think this is a good, okay, so what the first time I went to Italy, there was a big bill, and I think I tipped the guy like $40 or something. I think it was like almost a $200 bill, and I tipped $40, right? So that's 20%. And the guy came out in tears and gave me a hug. I was like, "Thank you so much," and I was like,
wow.
"Okay," and I was like, that's interesting. And then my coworkers were like, oh, I don't think we're supposed to tip here. I was like, well, I feel bad not to tip because that's just that's our culture. And so I noticed that whenever we went places, people would always fight over the American table with the assumption that they were going to tip in some capacity.
Totally.
And I was like, huh, that's interesting. And so uh, looking back when I was a server, I do remember being neglected by some families that had like strong accents from like Europe. You know what I mean?
Really?
But like they don't know. They didn't know. So um I I think that you
To be
probably
fair,
noticed
in Venezuela, we don't have tip culture like that either. Like the server
no.
makes his money. Like you'll give him a tip, but it's like it would equal to like a couple of cents, a buck, $2. It's more like a little. It's not supposed to be a living wage. It's a tip. It's like it's literally a tip. It's like
Yeah.
here you go, man, good shit. But he has his wage as well. Like it's not like here where I was making $2.35 an hour as a server, and then literally my living wage was my tips.
It's kind of sad to me that restaurants won't pay a living wage, you know. Maybe with Mamdani they will, who knows, but goes or Mamdani. So I think that my friends think I overtip, but I always just stick with 20%. I just think that's fair.
Yeah,
And so
I go to 20.
like so at the bar, for example, let's say one beer is $10 and I buy two beers. I'm gonna tip them $4, even though it's just two beers. And my friends will say $1 per beer. I
Yeah.
always but I always tip 20% regardless. And the reason is because I know that when you're a server or a bartender, you probably don't have benefits. So like if you get sick or you have to go to the doctors, you're paying for that shit out of pocket. And so that's why I justify over tipping.
Well, you know what's funny? Depends to me how I'm charged. Like if I'm paying the bill at the end of the night and it's all in one thing, I'm gonna give 20%. But if I just get like, oh, let me get 2 Coors Light real quick, and he just hands it to me, I give him a 10, he gives me something, I'll give him $2, one for each, and like that's the end of the transaction. So, yeah, it's weird. It depends how you charge me. So servers and the bars, if you see me at the bar, maybe it's best to wait. You probably get more out of it. But it also depends. I think if I'm sitting down and staying for a whole evening, then they're probably making me some rum and cokes in there too. Like there's more to it than just like here you go. So like
Yeah.
they'll usually get that 20% at the end of a nice check. But yeah, I do think, like for example, if you buy 2 beers right now and the guy just here you go, you'll give him 20% right there for that.
Yeah, I do.
Ooh.
I do 20%. I do 20% for maybe even more sometimes for delivery, especially if it's like raining or if it's cold.
See, I
Um,
do more like delivery. Like yesterday, for example, Julie and I got an Instacart to over here, and the guy was really good. So Julie actually changed her tip to give him more tip because he was so good, and he had forgotten a set of burger buns, and the dude like I get a knock on the door, and it's him again. It's like, forgot your buns. Here you go. Like that was all
oh,
him, which was so nice. So like Julie like took care of the guy, and it was super.
were his buns nice and fluffy?
That's right.
Were they soft?
They're worth the wait, let me tell you.
Yeah,
But
worth
they
the
had
wait.
like sesame seeds on them. I think he should get checked for that. That's rare.
Okay, so what about so when I worked at California Pizza Kitchen, I worked at takeout and I didn't expect people to tip me, but then we would do like curbside service. So like if I'm walking your food out and I'm standing in the rain on the curb while you're in the comfort of your car, it would be nice to throw me $1. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I guess it depends, but if I order takeout and I'm going to the restaurant and picking it up myself, I don't know if it warrants a tip.
Yeah. I
But
don't
then
necessarily tip on that
I do a few
situation.
dollars though sometimes.
Unless I like the restaurant a lot, then I'll give them like $2-3. But if I'm walking in and it's just like the door person there waiting for my thing, and I just take it and go, usually, that's usually I don't think it's worth necessarily tipping. Again, if you love the restaurant and you just must support them, give them like $2. It's fine. But if it's a situation like a Red Robin, for example, we had a special takeout person who basically did everything a server did. They would take your order over the phone. They would go, put it in. Fucking order comes out. They would themselves would, box everything up, put it in a bag, make sure it's good for you. Come back, wait for you, give you the things. So like there, you're doing full service. So for that, and that girl would rarely get a full tip, but I would expect to tip her in that situation. I think but then she also did make she didn't make quite a full wage. She didn't make minimum wage, but she made like $4 versus $2 because it was the position accounted for knowing that people are dicks and that she probably wasn't going to make a living wage otherwise. So you throw in the extra $2 in there to get, add an extra $20 to her day or something, whatever, like but yeah. So let's clarify this for you. Tommaso from Naples. So if you go to a full restaurant in America, yes, 20%. If the service sucks, you can start taking away points. The lowest I've gone personally is 15%, but it's also because I'm a server and like to me, 15% hurts. But you can technically go down to like 10 if the service is absolutely awful. That's my rule.
Oh, but can I say something to that? If the service is great, but the food is awful, I still tip 20% because it's not the
Yeah, because
server's
that's not
fault.
on them. That's on the fucking restaurant, But if the server's amazing, you have to learn to differentiate between the food and the service, which is very important. That's true. It's very true. And you can decide never to come back there again, but again, it's not the server's fault. If they took care of you and got you everything you need fast, and you never had to wait for anything, and you liked them, they were cheerful and had a nice attitude the whole time, then you give them their 20%. Takeout, it depends on the situation. If you have a dedicated server, give them a tip. If it's just, lady at the front waiting for you with your bag, don't worry about it. And I think that's about it. Oh, and bars. Depends on the situation. I feel like you can give 20% like Seymour does, or do like me, $1 per beer, 20% if you get a check at the end of the night.
I'm happy to tip baristas 'cause I think of them as bartenders during the day. So like I tip baristas too at cafes. So now a lot of times like now when you go to Starbucks, it'll pop up like do you want to tip? I'm like of course I'd love to tip because you're making me like a
Yeah, I'll throw them
beautiful
like a buck or two.
concoction.
That's not a big deal.
But at my gym, there's a little like cafe area where I'll open the cooler, I'll grab a Gatorade, I go over and the girl rings me up and then it's like, do you want to tip 15, 20, 25%? I'm like, what does she do? I grab my
Yeah,
own Gatorade.
that's
So
ridiculous.
and then the prices are already so inflated. So I'm like, I don't know if this girl deserves it. But then like if you say no tip and they'll see it on their end and they give you like two, like like bitch,
Yeah,
you
no,
don't
it's like I'm not paying
deserve this.
$9 for Gatorade, bitch, just so you can get a $3 tip for doing nothing.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
exactly.
Who's it even go to? Get out of here.
Drives me
Yeah, no, you
nuts.
don't tip at the gym. The gym is not a tipping place, unless you're tipping the scales, brother. Yeah, but no, none of that shit.
I had a coworker from Italy ask if it's appropriate if you should tip on airlines when they serve you drinks. I was like, no, I would
No,
never.
the last thing I'm gonna give the airline is more money. Fuck no. Sorry, Ron.
Sorry, Ron. Love you though.
So hopefully, Tommaso, you learned something from us today, my friend.
Yeah.
Godspeed.
But if you get in the habit of not tipping and you become like a regular, like they will spit in your food.
Oh yeah,
No
they'll
doubt.
know. They remember you, and trust me, with servers,
Yeah.
we all knew who the bad tippers were. We would fight not to get them, and if that person was our table, they would get the lowest priority. You just knew you're gonna get nothing. You give them what they want because
Yeah.
you're not gonna necessarily dick. But between that guy who I know won't tip me and the table over here who I know will, I'm going to them first. So yeah, you do get what you pay for. But anyways, on to my email for the listener. I got Josh from NYC. He goes, "Hey, frat chat. I've got a situation that's been eating at me. I've been dating my girlfriend for over 4 years, and our relationship's great, except for one thing. I've always wanted to try anal. Okay.
Ooh.
And
Okay.
every time I bring it up, she shuts it down instantly. And I'm not trying to be judgmental, so I dropped it because whatever, right? But here's the kicker. We were at a party recently, and one of her drunk friends let it slip out that my girlfriend used to do it all the time with her ex. Like, apparently, she told this friend her ex loved it, and she'd do it just to make him happy. Now I can't stop thinking about it, and it's driving me nuts. I know it's not my business what she did before me, But is it totally stupid that I'm mad about this? Or do I have a right to feel a little jealous? Josh from NYC. Ooh, let me tell you, Josh, it's not that deep. Hell!
I get it. I get it.
Woo!
I get it. I get
it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I would kind of feel a certain way too. I know you're like that she's allowed to have a pass or whatever, but if this guy is getting the booty Space Mountain on the reg and you over here can't, and you've been together for 4 years at this point, like what the hell? It is kind of a odd situation. However, maybe like this acts traumatized her, and traumatized the booty. Maybe she's not into it because of that. Who knows? It's maybe like a situation where you should just ask. Again, communication is key in this situation. Just ask. What's the deal, man? What is it with anal that you shut it down instantly? I did hear you've done it.
I think a couple of things. I think for one, he said, I know it's not my business. You're right, Josh. It's not your business, and it's not her drunk friend's business either. Be talking about what she does in the bedroom.
Yeah, but girls are the worst. Girls fucking spill each other's tea all the time after a couple of fucking tequilas. It's like a couple of margs in. Like, oh my God, Johnny was such a slut in college. Like, I've had friends tell me some shit about them while I was actively dating them. But I was like, why would you even fucking tell me that? Like, I had a girl tell me once about my college girlfriend, like that I was dating at the time. It's like, oh my God, we lost our virginity the same night. It was so funny. And it's like, why the fuck would you even feel the need to tell me this? That is not a story I would want to hear.
You know what?
Girls are fucking the worst.
Carlos, I've never told anyone the things that you like to do with vacuum cleaner attachments. That is that is a secret that I will take to my grave.
It's a sacred secret, and it's a strategy that's been passed down from generation to generation. All right, so I'd rather you not reveal it to the world. Thank you very much.
I have a friend who she considers anal like a special treat to be given on a special night, like an anniversary or like maybe the wedding night. Like, for our wedding night, I'm let you blow my back out,
Oh, our 50th anniversary, Henry. I'm going to do something for you. You've always wanted. Come here, buddy.
But Josh from NYC, I think, honestly, you might be packing heat. If you have a big wang, then she may not want it anywhere close to her butthole. So maybe her ex-boyfriend had a little wang and didn't matter. But like a huge dick will wreck your day. Like, I'm not trying to get my insides rearranged. You know what I mean?
That's true.
I'm all about a medium-sized penis if I'm going to be taking it. I don't want anything like. So
that's very true. That's also a valuable excuse, a valuable reason. So, and one that would make you feel great as well. So maybe try to think of it that way. If you at least leave it at that, but I would just ask, like, is there a reason when you want to do it? And then hear the reason. And here's the thing. You have to take the reason. Like, you want her to take the D and the B. You have to take the reason. Because if she gives you a reason, that has to be the end of it. You know what I mean? Ultimately, you can't just be like, we're going to do butt stuff, bitch. It doesn't work that way.
What if she's like, let me fuck you in the butt, and then
I'll let you
in the butt? You know what? I had this girlfriend in college. I'm not like a girlfriend, like a friend. And she was dating this like Calvin Klein model, this sexy guy. And he was like, let me put it in your butt. And she was like, let me put it in your butt. And he's like, sure. And he opened up this drawer.
No.
And like a zillion dildos. He's like, take your pick. And she's like, oh, and she called me from the bathroom. I was like, girl, he's gay. He is gay. I was like, when you kiss him, does his mouth taste like dick? Because that's what he was kissing on before you came over. That's gay.
Oh, yeah, CMO. Yeah. If your boyfriend has a vibrator drawer, he might be gay.
Yeah.
Very little. You can play with this one. It's called Dennis Rodman.
When you're sitting on a chair and there's something in your underwear, it's not diarrhea. It's a vibrator.
It's a vibrator. I call this my lightsaber. Choo, choo, choo.
I am your daddy,
Daddy Vader. So yes, Josh, my way. See, just have a conversation. See where it goes. I don't know. This maybe Simo can and will feel differently. But you might also I see. I don't know if it's a good place to throw your girlfriend's friend under the bus and be like, "Yo, Jackie gets a little too drunk over here. She's telling me all this shit about your booty business. Maybe you tell your friends to shut the fuck up a little bit, or maybe not. I don't know. But maybe you can say that it's been said to you that you used to do it, so you want to know what the deal is, and then you can leave it from there."
I would absolutely tell her, "Hey, don't tell your friend, Susie Q anything anymore because she tells everyone's business." I
Yeah,
wouldn't
she's a
necessarily say
blabbler.
exactly what she said, but just be like, "Listen, like she's got a big mouth when she's drinking, so just be careful."
Totally. So, anyways, that was emails from the listeners, and it's time now for the news. Are you ready for Spare Fingers? Are you ready? Yes, that was excellent.
I'm motivated.
That was
That
excellent.
theme song makes me like want to read a book.
Ready to go. If only he could read.
Yeah.
But anyways, in what might be the weirdest legal headline of the year, and shout out to Simo for sending me this story, which turned out to be true. 25-year-old Rhiannon Evans from Caernarfon, Wales. I have no idea how to pronounce that.
I don't know.
Apologize. Officially pled guilty to cyber farting. That's right. I said it. Cyber.
You can't fart online?
Cyber farting. So, yes, it's a real charge now. Evans apparently sent multiple videos of herself passing gas to her boyfriend's ex, one named Deborah Pryturk, and what prosecutors called a malicious campaign of harassment with extra ass in it. Between Christmas and New Year's, Evans allegedly filmed herself leaning into the camera and letting one rip while smirking.
Because it felt good. I get it.
I'm thinking like the JD Vance meme, the big baby meme.
Oh my gosh.
And then she would send the clips through WhatsApp, like she was dropping the hottest mixtape of 2024. She told the court, or the proprietor, the victim, told the court that the ordeal left her feeling unsafe in her ass, saying, "I just want to feel safe in my home."
Yeah, because those big bad farts are gonna come and take you out of bed and beat you up. Like, what?
What if you're trying to sleep and it's like a ghost? Now, on the other hand, Evans, the farter, told the courts that she was drinking at the time and thought that she was just, and I quote, blowing off steam, which turns out she wasn't entirely wrong. She was kind of blowing off a lot of steam. And her defense argued the clips were childish but not criminal and tied to tension in an ongoing custody dispute between her boyfriend and the victim. Still, the judge was not amused, which I don't know how he wasn't amused. That sounds hilarious. But Evans was sentenced to a 12-month community order, a 2-year restraining order, 15 rehab sessions, 60 days of alcohol monitoring, and roughly $300 or 300 pounds in fines and costs. And she's also told to stay 60 feet away from all beans at all times for the next 10 years. Now, that last one I made up. But she told reporters, "I never thought farting would land me in court. It's petty, but I do regret it. So let this be a lesson to all digital delinquents out there. Not every toot belongs on the internet. The internet might forgive a bad meme, but it won't forgive a gassy one. Because as the court made it very clear, crime doesn't pay, but it sure does stink." So that was the news.
Okay, so a couple things. One is, if you're gonna send like a video to be a dick in any capacity, don't have your face in it.
Yes, you're gonna smirk into it while farting. I mean, but at the same time, I don't think. I think here this was a case of establishing dominance. You know what I mean? I think that's what she was doing because the
Yeah.
smirk too into the video. That was like she wanted to establish dominance. That was the equivalent of holding someone down and being like, "Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself."
Yeah. I feel like if her face wasn't in it and if they showed these videos in court in front of the jury, then she could have been like, they're like, is this your fart? Can you claim this fart? And she could
Yeah,
be
it's
like, I don't know. Can you
that wasn't
describe the
me.
fart for me?
So my farts do not sound like that, Your Honor. My farts are more high pitched, melodic farts. So, just saying, just saying. My farts sound like a young Sabrina Carpenter. Just saying, just saying.
So I think this is a little ridiculous because I'm like, okay, if she's sending you like crazy videos or whatever, just block her.
Yeah, that's also true. Like you could block her now.
But I
If
also
she
feel like,
persisted and somehow got a new number to go around and fart into a camera for you, then maybe it's escalating things. But yeah, I agree. You could have just blocked the situation. I think it was a petty college of the cops, if you will.
yeah. So if my ex were to send me a video farting, part of me would be like, ew. The other part of me would be like, I can't wait to share this with all my friends because this is funny. This is
Yeah,
so
I
ridiculous. It's
absolutely
funny.
would. I would put that shit on the internet and be like, if she feels comfortable sending me this, you won't mind if fucking everybody on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook sees it, right? Like
Yeah.
that's what I would do.
Um. I uh. I I I hate to think that we're censored so much that we can't fart on camera.
To be fair, this is in Europe, so maybe in America it would have been different.
But like, what gas is appropriate? If I send you a video of me burping, is that gonna land me in jail? Is it just because it's from the butt? What comes out the mouth? Because if
That's
you
true.
hold in a fart, it will come out the mouth. My grandma
That's
told
true.
me.
It is both gas made from the same organs. It just comes out different ends.
Yeah.
So it's a good question. We need an attorney to answer that. So if you're listening and you're an attorney, send us an email, fratchatpodcast@gmail.com. We want to know, can you burp on camera but not fart? These are the important questions. Know your rights,
I still
people.
want my burps neglected. So when my coworker, I love him so much. His name's Jason. When he's on an important phone call, I'll be standing near him doing this. I just think it's so funny.
Farts are hilarious. I'm sorry. And farts in inappropriate situations are even funnier. So I'm just saying. I would have
Last
sided with the accused, but that's just me.
Me too. Last night, there's this guy at the bar who broke the seal, so he kept going to the bathroom, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom again." And then I turned to his friends, and I was like, "Is he feeling okay?" And they were like, "Oh yeah, like he's just peeing." I was like, "Is he?" And I said that he was talking earlier about something that he ate. Oh no, I wasn't even thinking booger
Oh, you got
sugar.
to poop.
I was like, he's saying that something didn't settle with him. So I think like the last thing I'm gonna do is poop at a gay bar. He's done it like 20 times tonight. And so then everyone was whispering about him having diarrhea. And he was like, did you say something? No, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, me? No, I would
Never.
never, ever say it the other
I'm a
way.
lady. I'm a fucking lady.
Oh, shit. Literally. Anyways, it is time now for another edition of Not the Drag Queens. And okay, this might be one of the most horrible stories I have heard this year. And that says a lot considering how much we've shared on Not the Drag Queens. But let's start with what actually happened here. So, Oklahoma teen Jesse Butler, just 18, was accused of brutally raping and strangling two underage girls. Not once, not by accident, but repeatedly.
Oh my
According to
God.
police reports and victim testimony, he choked one victim until she passed out, sexually assaulted her while she was unconscious, and later bragged about it. And then another girl described him as laughing while she begged him to stop. The charges included multiple counts of rape by force, attempted murder, and assault, and he faced up to 78 years in prison. The kind of crimes that should have you locked away and fucking forgotten, not posting goddamn gym selfies a year later. And yet, fast forward to the Oklahoma justice system, looked at all that and basically said, boys will be boys. Because instead of prison time, Butler walked out with a sweetheart plea deal. No jail, just probation, counseling, and a fucking curfew. Like he was goddamn 7 years old. The
What?
judge and DA claimed the sentence would provide accountability while giving him a chance of rehabilitation, which in translation, he's a fucking white kid and we like him. He's local and he's got family pull. So that also explains it. And meanwhile, the victims gave out heart-wrenching impact statements about fear, trauma, and feeling unsafe in their own homes, only to watch their attacker literally stroll out of fucking court scot goddamn free.
It's horrible.
Fucking insane. Oh my god. So this is like kind of like fucking me up. The DA's office and the judge behind the ruling both have ties to Oklahoma State sports community, which makes this whole justice quote unquote routine smell like one big hometown cover up. And here's where we call it out as it is, not the fucking drag queens. Once again, conservatives love screaming about imaginary threats and fucking sparkly dresses. Or somebody reading to fucking kids, but it's not the queens hurting kids or terrorizing women, especially letting them being let go scot-free. No, it's the entitled goddamn white guys protected by a fucking broken court system that keep getting let off the hook. Oklahoma's judiciary deserves a standing ovation for managing to fumble justice this hard. Because if justice is fucking blind, Oklahoma just taped her eyes shut and handed the key to a goddamn frat boy. And the message is clear. The real dangers isn't drag shows. It's the system that keeps letting monsters like this fucking walk free.
So what sport did he play?
Probably lacrosse or football, some white shit. Who knows?
They're like, this guy's a promising future as like, I don't know, like, wide receiver in, bumfuck college. No.
Yeah.
You know what? I think that when people sexually assault others, I don't know if there's any rehabilitation that you can do. I think that you're probably a sick person.
He laughed while fucking strangling a girl who was telling him to stop. I mean. It's
What
like
if she
that is
didn't?
a sadist. That is some Ted Bundy level
Oh
shit.
yeah. But what if she didn't wake up?
Right.
Is that still just kind of like, oh, boys will be boys? And when people like, I know people are like, Chris, you're thinking too much, but like when JD Vance said recently, oh, boys will be boys, I think that resonates within like the MAGA community. They're like, yeah, well, but that's not, no, boys won't be boys. No, monsters will be monsters.
No. Yep. And what did this motherfucker learn? That he can do the most horrible crimes and get away with it. I would not shock me to find out that he'll do it again.
Oh, of course he will. And that's on the DA and the judge. That's on them.
Yep. And now we have like another Brock Turner case. Who now Brock Turner resides as Alan Turner now. But he's still out there.
Yeah.
So
I forgot about Brock
But
Turner.
the drag queens, right? Yeah, the drag queens. Yeah, I forgot about Brock Turner too. It just kind of popped into my head. But yeah, the drag queens. Watch out when I'm reading to kids. Let's instead send your kids to the Catholic Church and the fucking lacrosse rally instead. See how that goes. Or hang out with the Republican Party. See how that goes. Jesus. So that was a horrifying edition of Not the Drag Queens, a very upsetting edition. I usually love Not the Drag Queens because it involves some asshole getting caught and justice being done. But in this case, it's very clear that justice is not being done at all. So for the love of God, people in Oklahoma, fucking do something about this. Keep those protests up because that is the most absurd ruling I have heard in quite some time.
You know what?
That's wild.
Unrelated, but I dated someone who got in a lot of trouble for speeding. He was going over
Okay.
100 miles an hour, but
Jeez.
his father was a judge, and so he didn't get in trouble.
Of course.
He got pulled over, and then he got I don't know. I don't know if it went to court or it was just thrown out. Who knows? And he did it again, and then again didn't get in trouble because his dad's a judge, and so he's like, I learned from my mistakes. I'll never do it again. Well, he did, and the third time he totaled his car, and the person in the car next to him is like paralyzed now, and so they're like, how can this happen? Like, you know how it happened because you didn't
Yeah.
hold people accountable. Like
Mhm.
it's. I'm not saying that the judicial system should like discipline our
Yeah, but you
young
can't leave
adults, but
people off the hook, like off the hook for nothing, like for horrible things, and expect people to learn. Rehabilitation should be the key, but there needs to also be accountability. You know, it's a mix of both. So yeah, no, it's fucking ridiculous, fucking ridiculous. Anywho, it's
ugh,
time to turn these frowns upside down because we have a hilarious topic for you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, because the holidays are supposed to be magical, you know? Cozy sweaters, warm drinks, maybe a visit from Santa if you've been good, unless again, Noah. Sorry, buddy. But for every jolly old Saint Nick, there's a corporate fever dream that should have stayed locked in a marketing meeting forever. From plastic mascots that look like they crawled out of a horror movie to desperate cartoon knockoffs that scream, "We need to sell toys." Some holiday characters are so bad they make the Grinch look like a national treasure. So
yeah,
today, we're driving into the worst of the worst, the lamest, creepiest, and most what the fuck were they thinking holiday creations ever to disgrace a Christmas commercial or children's special. So buckle up, grab your eggnog, boost that baby up, and prepare to lose a little faith in the magic of the season because these characters are pure festive failure. Oh, yeah. These characters suck. They suck big. So we got the top 10 worst Christmas or holiday characters, really, because we're inclusive here in the Frat Chat podcast. And I do want to drop an honorable mention that is only an honorable mention because it was meant to be bad. But I just wanted to mention it because it is hilarious. One of the best parts of Friends, which is the holiday armadillo. Yeah. He was like a Jewish armadillo. And he knew all about Hanukkah or whatever. Again, he was meant to be bad. So that's why it was meant, there was no Santa outfits or whatever. So Ross kind of like he gets his own thing, I believe. It was like the only costume he could find. So it's meant to suck. That's why I didn't include him on the list. But the thing about this list is that these are meant to be good. You're meant to like these. And some of these, I'm not gonna lie, give me fucking nightmares. And some of these, I don't know how they haven't gotten a whole country canceled. So let's get to it, Mr. Mo. It is the top 10 worst holiday characters brought to you by the Frat Chat Podcast. Oh, yeah. So why don't you hit us
okay.
with the
So
first one?
when I first saw this topic, I assumed it was going to be like cartoons that were like were bad people, like maybe the Grinch. But who doesn't love the Grinch? Of course, love the Grinch. These are like characters that really we could do without, you know. So
Totally.
so the first one I have is Hanukkah Harry. Um, as you know, this is on SNL and as a parody, like it's pretty funny. But when you think about it, it's like I don't know. So this was introduced on SNL in 1989. So Hanukkah Harry was played by John Lovitz,
Who we
uh,
love.
who what an American gem, and so he was like a Jewish Santa stand-in who delivered gifts to Jewish children on the 8 nights of Hanukkah. But with this economy, we're going to drop it down to 7. So he so he wore blue robes, rode a sleigh, pulled by donkeys. I think their names were Moisha, Herschel, and Shlomo. And he handed out bagels, dreidels, and socks. So I think that as a parody, yeah, I think this is great. But as an actual character, if you think about it, I mean, it's kind of like the "Please include me too" version of Santa. Like, I feel
Totally.
like it just gives like JD Vance vibes. Like, can I please
Totally.
have a seat at the table, please? Will you please respect me? So Hanukkah Harry felt less like Jewish representation and more like a corporate diversity hire for the North Pole. You know what I mean?
Totally.
So his gifts were aggressively stereotypical, and his whole vibe screamed discount Santa from like the deli aisle.
And
Womp,
the
womp, womp,
yeah,
womp.
right. And seriously, that was so stereotypical. The only thing more stereotypical would have been if they had like the Jewish representation from Borat, you know, when they're having the running of the Jews, and it's like these massive Jewish like costumes with massive noses and shit. That's the only way it could have been more stereotypical. But yeah, we love you, John Lovitz. But Hanukkah Harry is insane. That's a great way to start the list. Good job, Mr. Mel. Okay, on to mine side of the list, my side of the wall, if you will.
I broke my tooth on this bagel. I'm suing you, Hanukkah Harry. If you didn't think you can get more Jewish than that, I'm gonna
You got
raise you
another
one.
thing coming. Okay, now on my side of the list, we're gonna go to Nova Scotia, where a Christmas tree by the name of Woody the Talking Christmas Tree went viral in 2021 for absolutely terrifying children.
Wait, can I
This thing,
interrupt for one quick second? Where is Nova
yes,
Scotia? Is that in Scandinavia? Where is that?
yes, yeah, Scandinavia
Nova
area.
Scotia is like by Norway or like
Yeah,
Sweden?
exactly.
I have no idea. Okay.
Let me see if I can locate it on the map for you. Nova Scotia. It's by the Gulf of Lawrence. What the fuck is the Gulf of Lawrence? That's by New Brunswick.
New Brunswick? Isn't that Jersey?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I don't understand anything.
Oh, southeastern Canada. Yeah, that makes sense.
Canada?
Yeah, we fucked that up.
Nova Scotia's in Canada?
I, I had no idea. I thought it was.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, easternmost Canada. Wow, we just look like idiots. Jimmy, edit all this out.
The more you know.
Anyways, he was this massive tree with massive unblinking eyes, and literally like it has like a face. This tree has this massive face, and it has a mouth that literally moves like it's like chewing souls, and a voice that sounds like a fucking drunk Alexa, like "Hi kids." This is literally what happens when you mix holiday cheer with a fucking demonic possession, people. This tree does not spread cheers. It spreads goddamn trauma. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Google fucking Woody the Talking Christmas Tree. He's fucking terrifying. And kids would approach like the tree expecting like a fun surprise. And instead they would get greeted by this fucking demon. Like, have you seen been good this year, Billy?
I've seen videos of this, and it's kind of funny. It's funny because it's not my kid, you know? It's not my
Yeah,
kid
fuck yeah.
shitting their pants.
I would bring my kid's bully in that tree just to teach him a lesson.
Yeah. You ever seen videos of like the Grinch, someone in costume as the Grinch coming to like a Christmas gathering and scaring the shit out of the kids? I like live for that shit. I think it's so funny. I'm sure it's terrifying for the kids, but like I'm thoroughly
when they have like
amused.
Michael Myers and shit or Jason. Yeah, I'm all for traumatizing kids to make me laugh. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, me too.
All
right, next one I have. The next one I have is Peppermint Patty, who is just like a chronic complainer. Like, oh,
she sucked.
Horrible. So Peppermint Patty is from the Peanuts gang, like Charlie Brown world. And she became notorious for her role in the holiday specials, especially in a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving and a Charlie Brown Christmas, as the pushy, clueless friend who invites herself to dinner and complains about everything. I always thought that maybe Peppermint Patty was non-binary.
Yeah, she kind of looked like what, you know.
Let's just refer to them as they. Okay, so why did they suck? Well, Peppermint Patty was the human embodiment of someone showing up to Christmas dinner uninvited and then asking why there isn't vegan gravy. Do you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I think maybe she means well, but she's loud, she's self-centered, and completely oblivious to the concept of gratitude. So every scene she's in feels like a therapy session waiting to happen.
Yeah,
And we
Peppermint
all
Patty
know
was
people
bad,
like that.
though. Totally, totally. They invite themselves to your goddamn thing, and they make it all about them.
Hmm.
Fuck, 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 fuck. Everybody has that friend in their lives, which unfortunately I had to call him a friend, or family member, which is even worse because then you can't get rid of them. You know. Yeah, Peppermint Patty, hell of annoying, especially in the holidays. I didn't mind her so much in the other episodes. She was just, like, hey, Chuck, let's go play baseball, Chuck. But in the holiday ones, it's like the writers were like, let's make this bitch as annoying as possible. So, yeah, I'm with you.
We all know a Peppermint Patty.
Mm-hmm. And if
Whiny,
you
whiny,
don't know
whiny.
a Peppermint Patty, that means that you're probably the Peppermint Patty in your friends groups.
Especially if you're a ginger.
That's right. You hear me, Nate Gonzalez? Anyways, uh, on to the next one. I'm gonna now go to one that if I was a parent, I would never, ever in a million years buy this shit. The fucking elf on the shelf, who was born from a 2005 children's book written by Carol Abersold and her daughter Chanda Bell. And the idea is that Santa sends a little magical elf to every household to watch kids and report back nightly on their behavior, which is creepy as shit. And the elf moves to a new spot every morning magically. Though in reality, it's just your fucking mom and dad sneak around at midnight, half drunk and shit on peppermint schnapps and try not to wake up the fucking kids. And why he sucked? Well, this thing single handedly turned Christmas into a psychological experiment in surveillance. Okay? It's Big Brother in red tights, people. Instead of teaching kids about generosity or kindness, it teaches them fear based compliance. Like Santa outsourced security to the NSA. Plus, the doll itself looks like it's seconds away from whispering, like, I've seen things, Billy. Terrible things, Billy. You still have time. Run, Billy. Run. And like, what the fuck? As a parent, that's another goddamn thing. Now every night I gotta fucking move the fucking elf to the goddamn different room. And it becomes a whole nother task and a chore that you have to already do, which parents on Christmas are busy enough. Now I gotta worry about your stupid elf on the shelf. No. Fuck you, elf on the shelf. Straight to hell.
I think it's I mean, 2005 I was 20. So like
Nine.
I missed that craze. So my friends that have kids and they were like, "Oh, we gotta think of something creative." I'm like, that's a lot of thought and effort. Like, why not
Yeah,
just put that energy towards like fabulous Christmas morning, you
totally.
know?
Totally. Just buy him a PS5. Much saves you a lot of time. They'll probably love you more than the stupid elf, which when they find out it's fake, they're just gonna be like, God damn it, you lied about this too. It's this and Santa Claus. What are you telling us that is real, mom and dad? Pieces of shit.
You know what? I'm gonna sit down with my kids one day and I'm gonna say, guys, let's have a serious conversation. The elf on the shelf has been detained by ICE. And this is the reality of the world right now. And even though he's from Nova Scotia, because
That's right.
he has a darker skin tone, and because of that, he was profiled at a
That's right.
daycare. And
That's right.
so, unfortunately, there'll be no elf on the shelf this year. And the only way that you can do anything about this is to write to your local politicians
That's
about
right.
the ICE crisis.
Unfortunately, the elf in the shelf did not come in the country the right way, sweetie. So your presents are just simply not going to come this year. I'm sorry.
Um,
I'm sorry. Laws are laws. Sorry, bro. Uh,
well, I hope Santa has his papers because he's from the
yeah,
North Pole.
yeah. Because if not, he's out of here. He's gonna go straight to Rwanda. Oh, Santa, please have your papers, please, Santa. But anyways, why don't you take us on to the next one?
Okay, so the next one I have is the Coca-Cola polar bears.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
I
like,
love the
why?
bears.
I mean, they're cute, I guess, but okay, so since 1993, Coca-Cola polar bears have appeared in like a gazillion holiday ads,
Yeah.
lounging in snowy landscapes while sipping ice cold Coke and smiling as auroras dance overhead. So they're sleek, computer animated, and meant to represent the warmth and togetherness of the holidays.
Mhm.
But like, I mean, even though yeah, they are cute, they're completely nonsensical. Like, first of all, polar bears are vicious. They are
Yes, they are.
vicious animals. Uh, they, part of me is like, I think that kids probably go to the zoo and the only exposure of polar bears are these commercials. So they go to the polar bear like tank and their dream is to like swim with a polar bear and snuggle up next to one, but like it's not going to work out for you, kid.
Totally.
So polar bears drinking soda in the Arctic, that's like penguins eating hot pockets in the desert. It's corporate fantasy at its peak. A sugary fever dream where animals sell diabetes to humans. If you I mean, like no one should be drinking that much soda. The only magic here is how Coke convinced us this made sense.
I know it's true, and I mean, polar bears are one of the few bears, and because I mean, bears attack humans all the time. Well, not all the time, but they all bears attack humans if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. But polar bears are one of the few that actively will hunt a human. They'll actively come after your ass. And here's the thing: their nose is so good that if it locks onto you, they recommend that to buy you some time, you should like take off your winter coat and throw it there. So at least they'll be drawn to that scent while you get away. So now you're freezing your ass off, while trying to survive. And here's the thing: this thing will eventually realize that the coat is there and catch onto your smell and catch you and kill you anyways, unless you've managed to get away by then, which chances are you won't. And they are
Now,
relentless.
now I don't know what the cutest animal is. There's a lot of cute animals in the world, but I think that we could all agree that penguins are kind of adorable.
Penguins are
And
adorable
and do you know who eats penguins? Polar bears.
all the time. All
And
the
then we're going
time.
to glorify them. Oh, look how cute they are. No, they're vicious animals,
No,
and
they're
they eat
vicious.
cute penguins.
Yeah, and it would
And they eat
literally like
seals.
eat
Seals
you
are
while
cute
you're
too.
alive. Like you would like be like ah for like the longest time while this thing is just eating your goddamn intestines in the middle of the day. Yeah, that's like so yes, adorable ad, but yeah, maybe they should have used Jaws in their next, Christmas ad. I think maybe that'll be adorable too. Maybe cute and cuddly.
Right?
Yeah, no. In hindsight, it's not the best choice. And
Do
no,
we
I
think
found that they were adorable. They had the
do we
little
think
baby.
alligators in Florida could be the next mascot for Coca-Cola? They're snuggly,
They are very snuggly. They are.
especially when they eat children in Disney World. I mean,
That's right. And you can put them in a Hawaiian shirt, a little Santa hat. Boom.
mhm,
You got lovable Florida mascot. Just make sure you feed him the arms so he's not hungry.
yeah.
Uh-huh. But anywho, on to the next one. We're gonna move now to a creature, I guess, on film. This little, what was meant to be a lovable Christmas mascot, is Santa Paws, who is a fluffy white dog who stars in the Santa Buddies spin-off films, which is part of like Disney's Air Buddies franchise. And the story
Airbud.
usually, yeah, the story usually involves like Santa Paws and his puppy squad saving Christmas with like the power of friendship, magical snowflakes, and just absolutely tremendously awful, just the most horrendous CGI you had ever seen in your life. And why he sucked? They somehow managed to make a talking puppy Santa feel like a fucking tax write off. Like the animation is unsettling. The voice acting sounds like AI before it was cool. And the moral lesson are about as deep as a puddle of fucking eggnog. Or as deep as our buddy here earlier from New York trying to get anal from his girlfriend. It ain't happening. Not very deep at all. It's pure, straight to DVD Christmas chaos. And watching Santa Paws feels like mainlining candy canes while your Wi-Fi buffer symbol spins forever. And it honestly is unsettling. Like if I like maybe like had a few in me and maybe like, it was a chocolate mushroom type of evening and I turned into Santa Paws expecting something cute, I'm gonna fucking freak out. It reminded me like it's like la 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 la, like fuck no, get away from me, Santa Paws. I'm smacking that puppy. I don't care how cute he's supposed to be. That shit scares me.
I wasn't impressed with it.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And it had so much potential. Santa Paws, adorable name. Of course, they
Yeah.
picked a little lab puppy. Lab puppies are adorable, cute as shit. And then no, they go ahead and fucking just terrify us with that. So now, Santa Paws.
Why are all the like Christmas animals white? Right? It's a lot of white.
I've never thought about it that way, but yes.
What about the brown bears
Yeah.
and the black labs?
Yeah. What about the black labs? They have them working security dog jobs and the lot instead. That's not cool. That's not cool, Disney. That is not cool. Black labs matter too.
Yes.
Black labs matter. Black labs matter. We should start our own group.
Remember when Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer was like ostracized for having a glowing red nose and then it ended up being like cool to be different?
Yeah.
And then I feel like conservatives love that story. It's okay to be different. And then like when their kids are like, okay, I'm glad you said that. I'm gay. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait a second here. But those are the stories we grew up,
I think Rudolph would have been called woke and they would have shot him in today's
probably.
world.
You know who would have shot him? Christy Nome.
That's right.
We would have shot him.
Whoa! We got an illegal immigrant.
Yeah.
Anyways, who you got?
Say this, and she's like, I heard it with my own ears. Donald Trump, they criticized our administration, so
That's right.
I'll take care of it. Okay. So the next one I think is just kind of stupid. So you ever heard Norelco brand of razors? Like
that's right. Yeah.
Like the electric razors have like the 3 circles on it, Like my grandfather always used it. Okay, so the Norelco Santa is like an animated, I think it was like a claymation kind of guy.
Yeah.
So it first appeared in the 1960s Norelco commercials, gliding across snowy hills on the back of an electric razor. Like that's the best you can come up with. Like instead of a sled.
And the thing is, like, if you're riding around in a giant shaver, it sounds around like you're driving around in a giant vibrator, in my opinion.
Yeah. And like if there's one person in this world that doesn't use a razor, it's Santa. I mean, it's obvious that he doesn't use a razor. He's known for his like flowing locks of a beard,
Totally.
So the tagline was, even Santa shaves with Norelco. No, I don't think he does.
No.
I'm looking at, are we looking at the same Santa? I don't think he does. So basically he was just simply a claymation Santa who looked more like a dad from a 60s corporate training video than a jolly old elf. It was just weird. So why did it suck so much? It's a commercial. It's not a Christmas story, and it shows. Santa riding a giant razor like it's a sleigh screams corporate synergy gone wrong. It's just dumb. The visual alone makes it look like he's shaving the snow off the ground instead of like on people's faces. It's the least magical use of Santa Claus ever, unless you count mall Santas who vape behind the photo booth. I mean, it's just, I can't. I've had it.
Now,
you know what I've had? It.
Yeah, he's had it. Up to here, may I add. Now, to be fair, they never said that he shaves his face with the Norelco.
That booty hole?
That's right. If you see Santa's ass, smooth as silk, baby. That's why they have the twerking Santa. That's what he wanted to do.
Go ahead, Santa. Twerk it, honey.
I always did think that that marriage to Mrs. Claus was one of convenience rather than attraction and love, because she kind of looks like Barbara Bush. So,
Ooh,
uh,
not Barbara Bush.
that's right. I guess Barbara No Bush because Norelco's around. So,
Which was rare back then because back
that's
then
right.
ladies were known for the vintage badge.
That's right. They were ahead of the times. They probably had lice or something.
Scabies, cubic lice. They keep
There's definitely a
spitting.
reason because back then it was cool to be hairy.
Yeah.
Oh man! All
If
right,
you can't find the if you can't find the happy flappy, I'm not interested.
I know. I mean, that's sort of been like no wonder guys couldn't find the clip back then. It was like, "Oi, I'm here searching for the magical clitoris in the magical bush. These trees haven't been trimmed for 25 years. I could barely see the sunlight through them. Oh God, is that a bat? Run away!" That's really how we lost Sturv Irwin. They just won't tell us.
Yeah, like anyone on the missing, like any like the missing children on like the side of like a milk carton were
Yeah,
probably just like
it's all in
hiding.
there.
They're playing
That's
hide and seek and they caught into like a vintage badge and just can't get out.
that's really what happened to that Malaysia flight that disappeared. It just
Ew.
that's right. It cushioned the landing.
Yeah.
The plane could never be found. But anyways, oh scheisse. Okay, on to the next one over here. We're gonna go to one that I know for a fact they meant well with this guy, but it just, in hindsight, it's just a bad move. It's Spuds MacKenzie, the Christmas edition. And if you don't know them, Spuds MacKenzie was Bud Light's 1980s party dog mascot who appeared in like Christmas ads. He would be wearing a Santa hat, little sweater and shit. And usually he'd be surrounded by like bikini models and beer,
Mhm.
beautiful women, beers and puppies. What do you think? What could possibly go wrong? But why he sucked? Well, because nothing captures the holiday spirit like a dog promoting alcoholism to college kids. Spuds was supposed to be cool, but ended up looking like your uncle's DUI mascot form. You know what I mean? Like it is, like in hindsight, you're just asking kids to become alcoholics with Spuds
Yeah.
MacKenzie here. Like it is like the coolest. It's like the coolest, most efficient way to make a kid be like, I want to try beer is to show them Spuds MacKenzie. And they had like all kinds of merch too for it.
Hmm.
You can get like mugs, beer cup, like beer mugs, coffee mugs, shirts, all kinds of things. They had the merch ready to go. And you look at Spuds, it's like he looks like a cool ass dog, but he looks like he talks like with like a cigarette voice. Merry Christmas, kids. I lost. I can't breathe. It slipped out of my neck, kids. It's like,
My wife gave me 3 reasons to go to school because she had 3 fingers.
right. Let me
I
tell you
studied
something,
alcohol.
kids. Let me tell you something, kids. Make sure you get your dogs neutered so your bitch ex-wife can't sue you for child support.
Yeah.
Spuds was
Very.
problematic at best. So as cool as he was, I don't know if he was the best mascot for the
And then
Christmas
I
season.
guess Spuds passed away because then they invested in the Budweiser frogs.
That's right.
That was like in the 90s, right? I guess the frogs.
Yes,
Bud.
they were. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were really trying things until I think really the game changer was that?
Yeah.
Like, that was like the greatest ads in Budweiser history. And then after that, they started to hit like a nice roll of, okay, Budweiser, now you get it. Now you get what we like. Like there used to be the king of the Super Bowl ads for a while.
Hmm.
Nah, it's kind of dropped off a little bit, but
I remember Budweiser, and Doritos were always like the ones I looked forward to.
yep, yep. Because they were always hilarious. Like Coke and Pepsi would always use like celebs doing cool stuff, you know. That's always like their move. But like the funny ones are where you really win me over. So yeah, Budweiser and Doritos were known for entertaining ads. Now
Yes.
they kind of gone back to like the horse and shed and the carriage and the buggy. I'm like, yeah, come on, get like Kevin Hart in there or something, make us laugh. But that's just me. But anyways,
Well, I've
that
got
was
one
Spuds
left.
MacKenzie. That's right. We're down to our final ones each.
Final countdown.
So
Dun, 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 dun.
what'd you hit us? What you got?
Well, I think this one's kind of racist. I don't
Mhm.
know. So, remember the California raisins?
Yes. I hated the California raisins. I always
Well,
did.
they had like CDs. Like they were kind of like a music phenomenon. I think they even had
Mhm.
like, I don't know if their CD or the album or a particular song was like on like the Billboard Top 100 at some point, but they were pretty successful.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so okay, guys, for those of you who are younger, like, what are you talking about? The California Raisins were a group of claymation raisins used to advertise raisins in the 1980s. So they sang Motown hits in sunglasses and suits. And in 1987, they starred in the claymation Christmas celebration performing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Mhm.
Which, I mean, the song slaps. I mean, it's pretty good.
It is a really good
It's a
song.
bop. But why do they suck? Well, they were just like raisins, literal wrinkled grapes, trying to convince America that dried fruit was sexy.
Mhm.
The animation was cool for its time, but the concept aged worse in their faces. The idea that a group of anthro, um,
Sound it out.
I don't know what this word is, anthropomorphic.
Anthropomorphic. There you go.
So the idea this group of anthropomorphic raisins could carry a Christmas special is pure 80s corporate cocaine energy.
Yes, it is.
They're the only holiday act that can give you both nostalgia and constipation. Actually, when I think about it, raisins, like chocolate covered raisins, are like nature's laxatives for me. If
It
I
is.
if I need to poop, I eat grapes and raisins. Um,
Julie likes to make her own like chocolate covered raisins at home, and I'm always like, man, let me know when you have those so I can use the bathroom before you because I am not.
so
You were asking
like
for it.
like to me it's just a dumb concept, but over the years cultural critics and academic sources have identified the California Raisins campaign as a case of materialized black cultural appropriation and
Yeah,
racialized marketing. That they're almost like it's almost like minstrel like characters, you know what I mean?
totally.
It's so stereotypical. So the characters, why I said widespread popularity was driven by the commercial exploitation of black musical traditions and aesthetics, which were then decoupled from their cultural origins.
Yeah.
And
I
so
mean, you
what
could tell literally like this was like a meeting. It's like, okay, we need to do something with raisins. What do we got, guys? And then someone, well, have you ever thought that raisins kind of look like black people? And everybody just stops to look at him.
that's probably what
Steve,
happened.
did you really just say that? Oh my God, that's genius. Promote that man.
And then they gave the raisins like big lips.
Yeah, they're like,
Like, oh my God. So when I say like appropriation of black culture, what I mean is that like the characters were based on caricatures of of black rhythm and blues groups.
yeah,
And they even performed a cover of the Motown hit "I Heard It Through the Grapevine," which I mean, I guess makes sense, but
totally.
that was a song that was made famous by Marvin Gaye. Um, I just think that it just didn't age well.
No, totally. I mean, you can see exactly what it's meant to look like. However, the sad thing is that the reason that they took
The
them
reason or
away.
the raisin? Ayo!
Wait.
Charge!
Apparently, the reason that, or the raisins that they got, the California raisins got taken away, wasn't even because of any outrage or anything like that. It was just because it became too expensive, costing nearly double what it generated in sales to produce them. Because eventually, the popularity of the fad kind of started waning. So they had a California Raisin Advisory Board, which was dissolved due to disagreement over the campaign's high cost. So they legitimately had a fucking group of people, the California Raising Advisory Board, whose job is to come up with this fucking campaign. So maybe we're not that far off and how they were ideated there. Yeah, California Raisins. Some of the songs were fantastic, don't get me wrong, but it does not age well. And this last one is one that does not age well, will not age well, and will never continue to age well because it's still a thing that is done every single year. And for the worst Christmas character, we are going to take you over to the world of the Dutch, the Netherlands. And we're introducing you, if you've never heard of them, to Zwarte Piet, or as he is known in English, as Black Pete.
God.
So, and this is made up by a country of white people. So let me just try to get through this. Originating in mid-19th century Dutch folklore, Zwarte Piet or Black Pete is Sinterklaas's helper. So traditionally, he's portrayed as a black-faced caricature with exaggerated red lips, curly hair, gold hoop earrings, and a jester's outfit. And for decades, he was depicted as a cheerful but dim-witted servant who handed out candy to children and occasionally kidnapped the naughty ones in a sack. That's right. And why he sucked? Well, I think it's pretty obvious to say that this is textbook racism wrapped in tinsel, people.
Yeah.
And every December, the Dutch officials pull out like the excuse right out of the Confederate statue playlist, insisting, "Oh no, it's not racist; it's just cultural," which is the universal slogan of people who really just need to stop talking right now. And there's no addressing the fact that it's a colonial throwback dressed like an extra from Amistad, all right? He literally is a character that normalized blackface at Christmas for an entire country of people. A time that's supposed to be about joy and goodwill, not fucking weird blackface cosplay. Like, what the hell are you guys doing? Netherlands. Yeah. And again, if you Google... I mean, literally, just fucking Google Zwarte Piet and look at this thing, you guys. Like, it's absurd looking. Like, it is absurd.
Okay, I'm going to Google it right now. So it's Zwarte is ZWARTE.
And then Piet, Piet.
Piet.
But again, translates to Black Pete. So,
yeah,
right. Justin Trudeau had to step down for shit like this,
Oh no.
This is bad, dude.
There's like picture upon picture upon picture of blackface.
That's all it is. And again, with the lips, the red lips, like it is like they were purposely trying to come up with the most like racist depiction. And the froze and shit.
Horrible.
Like, come on, bro. Come on.
That's so bad.
You know how much, and you can tell they're using like shoe polish in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
Because this is like very black.
Horrible.
This is not something I would expect from the Dutch. Let me tell you. This is not like this is
Netherlands the first country to legalize gay marriage. Like, aren't they like normally pretty like progressive?
Yeah, they're pretty cool about stuff, and they're very nice.
Amsterdam is a fun spot.
Yeah, they're very progressive. But wow, Black Pete. Ooh. I think that's safe to say that that's the worst one for sure.
Well, Zwarte Piet is not invited to Thanksgiving this year.
No, he's not. No, he is not.
I don't support minstrel blackface.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude? So, that was our list. I'm still like in shock over Zwarte Piet. Oh my god. So that was our list of the top 10 worst holiday characters Here brought to you by the Frat Chat Podcast. So let us know what you thought of the list. Shoot us an email, fratchatpodcast@gmail.com. And also let us know if you have any questions or any topics you want to suggest, anything from emails from the listeners. Let us know. We had some quite revealing ones today with our buddy from NYC, Josh, and a really good learning lesson from Tommaso from Naples. So add yourself to the list. Shoot us an email, fratchatpodcast@gmail.com. And make sure you give us a follow on all social channels at Frat Chat Podcast. That's on Instagram. That's on Facebook. That's on Threads. That's on YouTube and Twitter/X. And you can give me a follow as well. Check out my website, carlosgarciacomedy.com. Or you can give me a follow on all social channels at Carlos Does the World. That's on Instagram. That's on Facebook, TikTok, Threads, YouTube. Carlos Does World on Twitter/X. And last but not least, make sure you give my buddy CMO a follow here at chris.moore.comedy on Instagram and TikTok, and C More Comedy on Twitter/X.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, Mr. Mo, it is time for us to go. So why don't you please get us out of here?
I motioned this. Oh, I messed it up. That's the second time in 7 years. I motioned to adjourn this meeting so that I can go to a sex club with Jack Frost. Hey-o. But you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to be in blackface while I do it.
That's right.
That is wrong.
Zwarte Piet is not invited, so I second. All right, you guys. We'll be back next week with another edition of the greatest podcast in the history of podcasts and time. It's the Frat Chat Podcast.
Hey-o.
See ya.
Bye.